I'd like to invite everyone to take a seat and participate in our little ribbon cutting celebration and ceremony. Everyone is invited to come to the center of the great lawn.
Oh wait, where are they going?
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right and on my left, take a seat, please.
Sammy, you're supposed to stay in seat. I'm sorry. No, he's going to stay.
Good afternoon. I'm Jerry Wishy. I'm honored to be the president of the board of Evelyn's Park Conservancy. This is a great day for the city of Bel Air and for Evelyn's Park. Today we are celebrating Earth Day, the essence of why the citizens of Bel Air, visionary who loved nature, created this special place for everyone to enjoy every day and be enriched by activity, camaraderie, and the love of nature. Today we are celebrating the opening of Phase 2, and I'm excited that we're 89% ready. We had hoped to be 100% today, but as you know, there are factors outside of anyone's control, but we're going to get it under control very soon. So those of you who want to come back and enjoy the pieces of the park that have been fenced off, keep watching our website for the day to come back and enjoy. Evelyn's Park is a unique public-private partnership between the City of Bel Air and the Rubenstein Family Foundation. Together, the city and the park board work to create harmony in an environment with nature that entices our residents to gather and socialize, to provide opportunity for healthy activities in the outdoors, the enjoyment of the arts, an environment to partner with other civic and nonprofit organizations, provide experiences for people of all ages as often as is feasible. And I want to bring to the podium our very special partner, the Mayor of the City of Bel Air, Andrew Friedberg.
Thank you very much, Jerry, for the opportunity to say a few words. I'm honored to be joined by our Mayor Pro Tem, Wynn Frazier. And I'm looking for them somewhere around the park also. Council members Catherine Lewis and Ross Gordon are also here. And really for us, it's just a privilege on behalf of the City of Bel Air to join in celebrating this wonderful day. You know, it's really hard to believe that it's already been 5 full years to the day since we cut the ribbon on this wonderful park back in that corner over there. And to think that it's been 5 years, I don't know about you guys, but at least a couple of those years seem unaccounted for, and I lose all sense of time. But if there's one thing we learned from the pandemic, really it's the importance of parks and outdoor public gathering spaces. I'll tell you on a personal note, when my parents were itching to see their grandkids, where did we choose to meet? We came to Evelyn's Park. We sat over there, we sat over there, we sat over there. Evelyn's Park was a meeting place at a time when we needed it most. And outside of the pandemic, it has proven to be such. This really is a treasure and a jewel for Bel Air and for surrounding communities. And today what we celebrate is Evelyn's Park gets just that much better. And so on behalf of the city, just want to express so much appreciation to the Evelyn's Park Conservancy, all the board members past and present, certainly to the Rubenstein family and the Rubenstein Family Foundation for their continued generosity in making this possible. To our city staff for all that they do to make Evelyn's Park what it is, and of course to all of the supporters and friends of the park and donors throughout the years, and to all the Bel Air residents who have made this park such a wonderful contribution to our quality of life in the city. So with that, one of the perks of my job is I get to, on behalf of the city, issue proclamations recognizing important occasions like the one we're celebrating today. So at this time I'd like to offer to the Evelyn's Park Conservancy this proclamation. Whereas Evelyn's Park opened to the public on Earth Day 2017 and every day since has enriched the lives of Bel Air residents and area neighbors, fulfilling its mission of connecting us to our city, to our surroundings, and to each other. And whereas the park's daily program offerings enhance the quality of life for participants of all ages, with emphasis on its strategic pillars of health, wellness and fitness, education, arts and culture, and sustainable community. And whereas, named in loving memory of Evelyn Rubenstein, a longtime Bel Air resident and philanthropist who shared a love for the outdoors and the simple things that make it beautiful, Evelyn's Park is fittingly located at the site of the former Tees Nursery and continues its legacy of beautifying our community and bringing us closer to nature. And whereas Phase 2 of Evelyn's Park realizes the vision of the original master plan with an abundance of shade structures, water features, and play places for kids of all ages, and supports the park's long-term goals of accessibility, sustainability, and conservation. And whereas this Earth Day weekend 2022, on the 5th anniversary of Evelyn's Park, the Bel Air community and park supporters from far and wide have gathered for a picnic in the park to celebrate the grand opening of Phase 2. Now therefore I, Andrew S. Friedberg, Mayor of the City of Bel Air, Texas, do hereby recognize and congratulate the Evelyn's Park Conservancy on this 5th anniversary of Evelyn's Park and its Phase 2 grand opening, and express our community's appreciation to all the donors, volunteers, and supporters who through these improvements have made Evelyn's Park even better for all to enjoy now and in the future. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Bel Air, Texas to be affixed this 23rd day of April, 2022. Thank you, and congratulations, Bel Air. And next to the podium, we'll call Scott Rubenstein.
Thank you, Mayor. I will say I'm really glad we built a lot of shade structures. We need a giant shade structure over everybody right now. Thank you, everyone, for joining us to celebrate the grand opening of Phase 2 of Evelyn's Park. I do want to take a minute at the end and recognize a few people by name, but first I just wanted to share a little bit about how we got here today. It was almost 2 decades ago that my father, Bo Rubenstein, and my uncle, Jerry Rubenstein, said to me, you know, that Tees property over there, they're winding that business down. That's really the last opportunity to get a hold of a big tract of land in Bel Air and do something with it. And they'd always wanted to build a park for the city of Bel Air. And so, spent a couple of years negotiating with the Tees family, and in 2009, we finally closed on the property. And my father and uncle got to honor their mother, my grandmother, Evelyn Rubenstein, by naming the park after her, and to give back to the city of Bel Air and to the community that they had been supporting and continued to support. It was hard to believe from 2009 when we closed on the property that it took 8 years to finally open Phase 1. I didn't realize it was 5 years ago today, but we finally opened Phase 1. Bo and Jerry had always had kind of a message of sustainability and natural play and using natural elements, and all that was recognized in Phase 1 with the great lawn and the sculpture garden, the rebuilding of the Tees house, which is now Betsy's restaurant, the event space. All that was great, but there was always a master plan to include more play, more shade, and water. And Phase 2, which is nearly complete, is the culmination of that vision. And we couldn't be prouder. I do want to, like I said, take a minute and just recognize a couple of people. My construction committee that worked along with me for the last 18 months to build Phase 2. First of all, Lou Waters, the prior president of the board, winner of the art car parade, musician, businessman, kind of all-around fun guy. Jerry Wishy, of course, our current president. My family says their prayers every day that he'll stay with us as long as possible. Terry Levitt Chavez, our park director, who works tirelessly every day on the park. Representatives of the City of Bel Air, Carl Miller and Buster Adams. Our architects that helped create the vision, or bring together the vision that was Phase 1 and Phase 2, SWA, their representative Garrett Dietrich. Our contractors, B&D contractors, Yanni Damaris. That was my construction committee, and then obviously the entire team at SWA, Natalia Beard, Scott McCready, and Garrett, of course, the whole B&D team, Yanni and Bill Thorne. I, of course, want to thank all of the board members, the Conservancy, the Evelyn's Park Conservancy. They've really been great partners. They've been supportive. They've stayed out of the way when they needed to stay out of the way, but been very helpful when they needed to be helpful. Our park employees, I mentioned Terry, Susie Weinstock, all the park employees and volunteers that help run the park every day. And of course, a fantastic partner, the City of Bel Air, has just been an absolutely great partner for our family and for running this park. And then just finally, everybody that has donated, whether it was money or time, supported the park, or even just come out and enjoy the park and be patrons of the park. Thank you very much from the Rubenstein family.
So Scott made mention of many of the people who made this project a passion for them. But everyone knows when it comes to creating something that's unique, special, it requires extraordinary talent, an extraordinary commitment of time and love for what you're spending your efforts on. So I have a few people that I have to mention that stand out from all of the wonderful volunteers and committed people. And I'm going to start with Scott Rubenstein, who brought to the board the Let's Go message from the Rubenstein Foundation in September of 2019. And we said, whoa, and he said, no, we're going. And that's the way Scott leads. He says, this is ready, this is us, this is the time. And can you imagine taking on the challenge of being the project manager in a public-private partnership with a history of ups and downs in construction and permits? Added to that was the pandemic. He led us, though, all through this without putting any stress or pressure on other people, which made it easy to work on this challenging timeline. I want to mention Patricia King-Ritter, who was the board president when the opportunity to create Phase 2 became a reality. She had been researching for a long time all of the creative play structures, all of the safety factors to make this park safe for kids of all ages. She did a meticulous study of how we should proceed, and we owe a great deal of gratitude for her time and leadership. You heard from Scott about Lou Waters. Lou's not here today. He's traveling to see his daughter in Boston, but we feel his spirit because his handprints are all over almost everything in this park. From the beginning of Phase 1 till the very last days, Lou walked the property, picked up, solved problems, made changes. He is embedded in all of the wood and all of the concrete and every other piece of the construction. So then there is one of the factors that can make a project like this succeed or struggle, and that's to raise the money to pay for all these wonderful improvements. We were lucky that a woman of passion who put the park ahead of many, many things in her life stepped forward to lead the capital campaign for Phase 2. That's on top of all the other things she has done previously, because the park was an important part of her life, and she made the commitment to continue to encourage others to support it. Debbie Lapin is a woman you want on your team if you're trying to accomplish the incomprehensible. Debbie motivated, Debbie cajoled, Debbie pushed, Debbie solicited, Debbie nagged, but Debbie made it happen. And on this day, thanks to Debbie and the charitable efforts of our board members and other donors, we have raised $4.2 million out of a $5 million goal. That's 84%. So anyone who's in the audience here who wants to be part of that fabulous team of donors and park builders, you can visit the Evelyn's Park website or visit with one of the board members to make your family's participation clear. So the last person that I want to thank, but the first person that has put all of this glue together, made each of the different pieces of the puzzle and the faction that needed to be in place at the right moment, is our park director, Terry Levitch. Terry is an indefatigable, can't stop, works from morning till night, every day after day. And she has been the person that put the pieces in place so we could reach this day. Those are the people, but you heard all the other names and all the other volunteers who helped to put this wonderful experience in the city of Bel Air. So we're going to do now a series of ribbon cuttings because this is the day of the ceremony. And as I called the group, would everyone who's included and self-included in that group please come to the front of the podium to join in holding the ribbon, and a few scissors will be distributed. So first, I want to call all the members of all the generations of the Rubenstein family that are here today to come up front. All the Rubensteins. And if you're part of the family but your name isn't Rubenstein, you too. They're bringing it. They're coming. They're coming. You can put your jacket down and...
Okay, guys, bring the ribbon all the way back to them. All the way back. Hold it over. Bring the ribbon all the way back to them. All the way back. Hold it over. Guys, okay. All you squeeze in. A lot. Bring the ribbon tight. Good, and then all eyes on me. Eyes right here. Okay, there you go. Video camera's really in the shot. You have to leave it anywhere that's not there. Just off to the right. Better? Guys, are y'all in the shot? Okay, then you need to come way in.
Is that better?
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
Come way in. Okay, tighten the ribbon. The ribbon needs to be tight. The ribbon's doing this. We need it. There you go.
I know, that's how much
Good. Okay, let's cut. On three. 1, 2, 3, cut. Okay. Just have him shoot over that board. Is that working okay? Can I move the board back?
Not really. No, it's all. I'm gonna say back.
And now I would like to call the members of the Evelyn's Park Conservancy Board of Directors, members of the City Council, key staff people from the City of Bel Air, Carl Miller, Bud Adams, Cheryl.
Great.
That good?
Yes. Just leave it. We're good. Oh, okay. I mean, I just like rule thirds are kind of on the bottom end. Yeah, I'm sure over the board. Okay, guys, come way together. Scooch in really tight. Team ambassadors need to come in really close.
You actually cutting?
Not until I say. Okay, all eyes right here. Good, on three. 1, 2, 3, cut. Good.
Not yet. Where's Debbie Lapin? I have a special gift, a memento for Debbie. Did we lose her? Hi, Debbie. Please come up here. So as I told you, you don't find a volunteer easily who wants to ask other people for money. And I didn't have to ask Debbie. She stepped right up and said, I want to do this. I believe in the park. The park is part of who I want to be remembered as a leader for. And believe me, if you work with Debbie, you would not forget that experience. She makes it true to form to happen. So she has the park in her neighborhood and she can come by every day and know that she was very integral in making this phrase of enriching everyone's life every day. But I wanted her to have a little tiny picture of the park as she envisioned it, so when she gets up in the morning, she can look at this and say, I was responsible for making this happen in a very big way. So please join me in congratulating her for a job well done. So we're going to involve her again to do something very important, you can be sure. And now I want to invite Park Director Terry Chavez to the podium.
I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who came today, the Rubenstein Foundation, the Conservancy, my staff, Christian Nava, Kim Reichart, and Susie Weinstack, our committee host, Karen Bookstaff, our chair, Joffrey Getz, Angie Gubbets, Shirley Levine, Jan Papper, and Terry Rosenthal. I'd also like to thank our partners, the Bel Air Cultural Arts Board, Susie and Steve Dom, the HTX Market, the Environmental and Sustainability Board, Second Servings, Women's Caucus for the Arts, and I'd like to definitely thank our sponsors who have made this possible today. Gilman Subaru, Acme Party Intent, Texas Children's Pediatrics and Children's Urgent Care, The Buzz Magazines, Centerpoint Energy, Easy Bar Mitzvahs, Fidelity One Mortgage, IMG Financial Group, Palace Social, PV Rentals, Raising Cane's, Trees for Houston, Amity Bank, The Meninger Clinic, Metro, David Montague, Mitzi Schur and Jerry Wishy, Treadwell Grooming and Wellness. Again, thank you to all those sponsors. Without you, the park and the community would not be the place it is. And so with that said, I would like everyone to join us for some cake in celebration of our 5th year anniversary over at the Evelyn's Park booth. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you.
Follow the teenage ambassadors to the cake.